Hi guys, this is Jess with He Said, She Said, Couples Edition. I'm going to look at each sign, obviously, and see what's going on with you couples out there from your perspective, the sign's perspective, and your partner's perspective. This is a general, and obviously it may not resonate with, it's not going to resonate with all of you, and it's obviously meant to be a form of entertainment. So do take it that way. Don't make any decisions based upon what you're hearing here. Let's get into the reading, and without further ado, Aries. Some of you Aries are done. You may be saying that you feel like the two of you have ran out of time. Someone could be pregnant, or pregnancy, children, other priorities could have taken precedent, and things may have been very problematic. Someone, you may even, for some of you, you can say that someone's mental wellness is not that great. Some of you may feel like someone has created mental problems for you. And so you may feel like it's time to kind of cut the cord. You've been thinking about it and having it on your mind quite a bit through Libra season, but Scorpio season is going to jolt you and make you feel like, okay, I'm leaving, or accepting that that person is leaving. It's really coming from your side of like leaving. Some of it may have something to do with a third party. For some of you, it could have something to do with a third party. But you may be afraid that it's too late to take action. And for a small percentage of you, this could be definitely someone pregnant here. And you just want to kind of get rid of the problem by running away from the problem, which you won't be able to do. Those of you who feel like it's time to kind of cut the cord or say your piece. It's that type of thing. It's either you have to get something off your chest or you just have to let it go. But even if you get something off your chest and you stay there, emotionally, you're going to start to disconnect from this situation, or you're reacting to someone's behavior toward you that you may just feel like, I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. I'm not going to keep dealing with you behaving this way to me. So eventually I do see changes with you, Aries, coming up, but you're going to let it be known before. And for some of you, you may be ready to fully let this go and let this person go and get it out of your system by September of next year. Your person, though, feels like there's things that things that have gone the way they did not plan it to go. I do feel like they're still hopeful that things can kind of turn around and things can get better. Money, children, I keep wanting to say, family members could have gotten involved and may be the catalyst to the problems that the two of you have. But they kind of want you to concede and to think it through, if that makes sense. They may want you to think it through. It could be, like I said, somebody with a little bit of a hotness and stepping outside, that sort of thing. But others of you definitely speaks to family, outside people, or work, career. Other things got in the way of what should have just been the two of you, if that makes sense. And they want you to consider. They're not ready to let this go. They're very hopeful that things will get better. And for a small percentage of you, this person is focusing on money, career, family, other things in their life rather than this. Okay. But they still hope that it didn't go this way, if that makes sense. If any of you feel like you need to get something off of your chest, you should do it, because you do have someone here who's willing to fight for you and work this out. They do still very much want this. So it kind of is up to you, but your voice is very necessary in all of this. That's what I have for you, Aries, and good luck with that. Now we're going to go on to Taurus. Woo! These readings are getting entertaining. Okay. But not for a good reason. Taurus, you have someone here. Now, how you're feeling. So you're acknowledging that there was some other things that got in the way of the two of you. And now you're kind of left to deal with it all on your own. It may have spilled over to your workplace. Any environment of your life may have gotten even more difficult, because it's like, now, I'm dealing with my practical life and this shit over here. It's that type of thing. For some of you, you may want someone to man up, especially if you're a Taurus woman. You want this person to man up and stop being weak and soft and emotional. Meaning whatever your previous problems are, don't come over here to me with it. It's that type of thing. And it looks like to me, Taurus men, you want the respect that you deserve. You want to be seen for the man that you are, the value that you have. And either way, man or woman, you are not open to people crying and being overly emotional, or holding back. If you have something to say, if you want to get it out, get it out. But be careful how you're approaching me and what you're saying at the same time. That's what it looks like to me. You're willing to listen. You're even willing to consider a repair, but it has to be done in a certain way. Because you're not getting ready to get the hell off of your throne to come and say a goddamn thing, whether it's a man or a woman. But you are willing to listen. And I've never known a Taurus that isn't. Even the most angry Taurus eventually will listen and hear you out. That sort of thing. So there's that. Now, your person's very interesting. They don't know how they feel, but in a very clear way, deep down inside, they have a lot of feelings, Taurus, that they're holding very. I'm hearing guarded, secretive, a lot of things. Like it's deep. It's deep. And once again, if you saw the general read, then you would know that the same damn card came out after I've done 50 million other readings. And so this person is still saying that you're a better person than they are. I do feel like, Taurus, your person is someone who has mommy issues, daddy issues that stem far long ago, and they haven't been able or not equipped to kind of heal themselves. Because this is someone who tries to avoid pain at every cost, only to still be in it because they've never gotten over whatever pain that wounded them to begin with. This is a lot of trauma that this person has been left in. And so for them, their challenge is to come back and get things back together and work things out again, especially if there has been distrust and lying and deception, because this could be the very thing, root cause of their pain. And this is someone who feels like they don't really have someone that they can trust. So there's deeper issues going on here. I don't know if you're the root cause. I can't believe you're the root cause of all of their pains, but there's been triggers there nonetheless. And so like you, they will hear you out, even though it may be forever before you come their way, if ever. They will kind of watch you in silence and kind of peep at you from time to time. More than not, they are watching you, Taurus, and watching your movements and kind of wanting you to make a move. But I don't feel like this person is really even mentally or emotionally ready to handle probably where you're at in life and how you approach things. So just two different people who, in two different places in their life that may have to, maybe you were in their life or have been in their life to help them to approach things in a more grounded sort of way, but they're probably still struggling at that. And I don't know who did what. I don't know. It's not for me to say. I'm just reading. He said, she said. That's what I have for Taurus. Now let's look at Gemini. Okay, well, Gemini, you need some time to think. Some of you may need space, are taking space because you really don't know. You may be very moody with your person because you really just need to tell them, like, look, I need some time. I just need some time to think. I need some, that sort of thing. And it's okay to tell somebody exactly what the hell is going on here. Like, I need a minute. You need to back up off of me. No, this is funny. This is not funny. But yeah, some of you may need some space, some time to think things through. And I like that because for some of you, you could be a pushover when you really care about someone. And so some of you may need some time to process your feelings or emotions, to really get to the crux of the situation. It's challenging. For some of you, it could be work that's challenging at this time. Working on this is a challenge. Maybe you spent too much time focusing on it, and now you may feel like you need to just take a step back when it comes to the situation. There's this part of you that definitely still wants to work on this and work it through and to build better. But if you're not the person that's introducing a third party, three people, it definitely could be someone else doing that. And for some of you, you may say, well, it's complicated, right? There may be another person in the mix, but ultimately and ideally you want just the two. I don't know what two you want, but there's the two that you want. You want things to become better. And for those of you who work with your partner, that may be the demise between the two of you. Someone's career or work relationship could be very challenging, and that could be the reason why this relationship is very problematic as well. So there's something about third party. There's something about too much work and focus elsewhere. And ultimately, you want things to come back together and work things out and build things and become more just the two of you. That's what you kind of want coming to a conclusion about, because you do care for them. And if you did anything wrong, you may be at a point where you're willing to apologize and work things out, that sort of thing. But if you have anything with an outside person, you're going to really have to cut that out. With Uranus about to come into your sign as of 2025, okay, but do the best you can. I don't know. Your person, I don't want to say Aquarius. I don't know if you guys are dealing with an Aquarius, but your person, Gemini, is struggling to find the right path for themselves. So just like you, they may need a minute, and it may not be their struggle of path as far as like where they're going in their life, but it could be in this situation. They're very attracted to you. They're very attracted to you, find you very attractive. But the problem could be that it's too much playing. It's too much sexual. It's too much. It's not deep enough. It's not, there's nothing else after that. It's nothing with some type of substance. If that makes sense, it may be void of substance and they need more. They may feel like they've gotten too caught up, too focused on things that don't matter, and now they want to get to a place of wholeness, a place of some sort of sustainability, right? And that's what they need you to understand. They may feel like you need some time to yourself, or they need some time to themselves, or you both do, to really recognize where you want to be in life. This person, honestly, Gemini, could very well just out of the blue want to come to you and make amends and start anew and start over. So for some of you Geminis who may be in a gray place with your person, could very well come back together again out of the blue, and it's just like, we're really making this work. And again, it will be with just the two of us type of thing. Both of you are going to have to make, both or one of you are going to have to make a real concession to just make it two. Or someone could say, yeah, I'm out, I'm done. And they're going to jump into something quick, fast, and in a freaking hurry. So don't be surprised if the two of you don't come back together and all of a sudden it's like they were who? They what? Huh? That type of thing, because they could definitely get with someone pretty quickly. It just depends on your circumstance. Your circumstance. That's what I have for Now on to Cancer. Some of you Cancers are putting your foot down. You may acknowledge that you mess up good things in your life sometimes. You may be putting your foot down. Some of you could be quite bitchy, very much a bitch, or very moody. I'm just telling you what I see in these cards. I don't know any Cancers personally to make a claim, but it's suggesting that that you're problematic at times and you're not the easiest to deal with. You're watching your person or being watched. It's just that simple. Being watched, being probed, being questioned, that sort of thing. Somebody's damn sure on a job. Somebody is investigating the hell out of another person. And the challenge is somebody may feel like they can't do a goddamn thing. Like you can't bust a move, you can't go anywhere. This person's always asking questions, always up your ass. It's that type of thing. And some of you may feel like it's a challenge to kind of trust. So if your trust has been broken, it's hell on wheels, I guess, at this point. Or you may feel like you're a kid again and you're being watched and micromanaged by someone. It just depends on your position here. And so you may need to take a break. So some of you could just kind of like go within. You guys are good for going within and needing to take a break, but you will quickly kind of go back to your person or want to go back to your person. Some of you are going to say, I need a whole break and get the hell up and go somewhere. Like I'm going to visit my family or I'm going on a trip. Like you may really need to take a physical disconnect from your person just to kind of address some things is what it looks like to me here. Your person though, they're not going anywhere. At least they don't want to. So the two of you may have that runner chaser thing where, it gets hot, fight or flight. And there's a lot of fleeing. No, they don't want to run anymore. They don't want any drama. They don't want other people knowing everything about what the hell is going on between the two of you or outside people getting involved. They just want things to be better. Okay. But they're not going to be the one to do it. So they're not necessarily running from the situation. They don't want any more drama, but they're not going to work toward making things better. They're just going to be there. That makes sense. I'm still here. My number hasn't changed. Like, I didn't go anywhere, you know, but you're going to have to kind of come to me. It's that type of thing. And I do feel like for them, that's the safest place that they feel that they are. Because honestly, whether you like it or not, they're going to come around. They'll come back around. Right? They're going to want you to come back around because you may have someone who's very sheepish. So they may have been rejected by you in the past. They kind of find you to be very cold and off-putting. Like you could be very punishing toward them and you can kind of wall up from them. But they want you to be softer and sweeter and more lovable and loving. Or they'll come around and do that. So it just depends on your circumstances that they will be coming around to do that, to apologize, to be a little bit more loving and caring and feel kind of like that fresh love that the two of you used to have. Like that's what they want. And they may not want all of the drama because there's some drama that's attached to all of this, whether it be between the two of you or just your stuff on your own. But they kind of want all of that cleaned up and they want to really kind of approach this in a new, fresh way. And karmically, there'll be opportunity to do just that. That's what I have for Cancers. Now let's look at Leo. Leo, you're really missing this person. For some of you, I guess you're not communicating or you just miss them while they're gone, that sort of thing. Because there's a part of you that feels like you're missing without them. That makes sense? You want to communicate. You want to speak your piece. For some of you, you want to speak your piece and cut them off at the same time. You may feel like you have to stand your ground. There's just certain things that you're not going to tolerate and you're not going to tolerate it. But at the same time, you stress yourself out over this very same thing. So it's a part of you that stands very strong and firm, but you're also overthinking and stressing about that same thing that you probably feel very strongly that you need to do. You have to do this. You need to do it. And it seems like you're kind of going to be stuck, either stuck with this person or still stuck and feel attached to them, even though you're not with them. It just obviously depends on you and your circumstances, but you're not going anywhere, whether you're with them or not. You're stuck. You're stuck here and kind of stuck with them here and want things to be better. And some of you may find yourself only being able to focus on the negative, only being able to focus on the problems. So try to be a little, positive about the situation here. So it's really just kind of, it's not even up to you. It's not even up to them because there's a lot of blocking here where you're blocked, they're blocked. So it's just karmically set up that way. Right now it's a very karmic time between you and this person. There's some karmic lessons that either you're learning, they're learning. Both of you have to learn. It's that type of situation here. Your person feels like by lying, you rip them apart, whether you lied or they. So somebody lied about a situation and it has ripped the situation apart. And I do feel like your person wants to tell you just how much you've messed up their head. I want to say effed up their head, but they're really effed up. They're really messed up in the head and they're traumatized. This card to me just signals trauma. You can't get any more traumatic than that, right? Very traumatized. But they still care deeply for you. I think a lot of people know how they feel if anybody knows about your relationship, they know that they love you. They'll probably always love you. What the two of you had is very special, or what you have is very special, but they could also be acknowledging the cracks in the foundation. Okay. And they put you at a high regard as well. They really do. But the challenge is doing right, either doing right by you or you doing right by them. The challenge could also be going to court. So if any of you going to court, they may feel like you're not being fair, you're not being honest, something like that. So it's about doing what's right and acknowledging that that's the challenge here, not doing what's right or having to learn a bad karmic lesson, if that makes sense. You're going to have someone here who will kind of either expect you to come back or expect things to keep going the way that they are. If this is a woman, you're a Leo man, this woman does see you as very childish here. Okay. If you are the same thing, the woman feels like the man is very childish here. And this woman is going to start to focus more on her finances, more practical areas of her life to build up her values and self-worth, and kind of let the other person do whatever it is that they're doing, that type of thing. I do feel like this person, whoever's childish and who's taking this relationship for granted, is going to look around one of these days and realize that they've been playing these games all by themselves. All by themselves. If this is a third party, something like that. You guys, looks like to me you're going to continue to work this out and work through it. There could be some working through it, but I feel like whoever's still there that is realizing that they deserve better, they may be there in name. Like, yeah, we still live together. Yeah, we're still married. Yeah, we're technically still in a relationship, but they've left or they're leaving, like them. Their soul, their being is leaving, but they may still physically to some extent be there. And then eventually they're going to not even physically be there. So it's kind of like I keep saying like a phasing out thing here. If someone doesn't get their act together. This is what I see. I mean, literally confirming it. It's confirming it. As someone may think, oh yeah, you know, I can just come back, and it's like, yeah, no. That's what I have for Leos. Now let's look at Virgo. Okay, Virgo. So you feel like you failed to give the person what they wanted. Okay, neglected. Whether you feel that way or toward them, or you're acknowledging that, or, you know, that's how you feel about them. And some of you are still waiting. You're waiting to see if something improves. You could be waiting. It all just depends on what all you're waiting for. But I do see some waiting and contemplating. And some of you deep down inside may feel like it's been very unbalanced, that you've done more and not been as acknowledged, or not been acknowledged at all for all that you've put in and put up with. It's that sort of thing. You do care a lot about your person. I do feel deep down inside, but you're not tolerating a lot either. You're only giving when given to. So there's a sense of some of you may feel like you were raised a certain way, and it's not in the likeness of what you're tolerating. So you may be getting back to a place where you are more proud of who you are and what you're tolerating and what you're going to accept and what you're going to allow. That's that sort of thing. So there's a sense of putting your foot down and having to kind of draw a line in the sand and create some boundaries here as well. You're going to want to communicate, or want them to communicate, but it's almost like if you make a move or still continue to approach this relationship, you may be at a loss as to how they're going to approach it, what they're up to. So I do sense that there's maybe some loss of hope. I'm hearing control, loss of trust here. And not really sure, but you may be coming from a place of horniness if you're a Virgo man. So you just may be giving into your feminine walls, giving into your desires, not really knowing where everything is going to land. If you're a Virgo woman, you may be feeling that way. Like, I just don't know. It's a part of me that wants him to continue to fight for this and want this, but I don't know. And you really don't trust this man. I get that this woman has a hard time trusting this man here, and it's very challenging. And it could also be a realization that there has been someone from somebody's past from long, long ago that's still somewhere in the background, is what I'm sensing here as well. So you have this is a pretty eye-opening ass reading here. I'm saying, like, there's some serious issues and concerns here. It's just not something that you can kind of sweep under the rug. Your person doesn't want to chase you anymore. And I think, especially if you are the feminine here, the feminine is always used to being chased, used to this man coming back and coming around. But this man, if this is your partner, if you're a Virgo woman, this man doesn't want to chase you anymore. Whoever your partner is, they don't want to chase anymore, whether it be man or woman. But they want you to know that they're not well. They're not well mentally. Excuse me. Hopefully nobody's in jail, but they're not well mentally. But they're going to overcome this by Scorpio season. They'll be kind of rid of that, and they will be a changed person because of it. Excuse me. They're going to be a changed person because of it. They feel heartbroken by this. I keep getting a throuple. I keep getting third party. I keep getting somebody interfering in this situation. And they may feel like something has to give. Somebody has to be sacrificed. Something, it can't remain the way that it is. They know that to be very clear. They want to still work on this, but they also know how extremely hard it's going to be, because whoever this person is, Virgo, they feel like you come with shit, or they come with something that doesn't really work for this dynamic between the two of you. It's kind of like likened to that Gemini reading where somebody has to give up the third party. I'm seeing the same thing in Virgo's reading. Somebody has to give up the third party. Somebody has to give up the throuple. It can't be us. It can't be, all of us. It has to be the two of us. It's that type of thing. And that may be a challenge because it may be hard for somebody to give that up. And it may even be even harder to work on this and build it and be it better than what it is now. I do see emotionally being able to kind of get on the same page. I also see somebody completely out of control, very toxic relationship where the two of you can't stop having sex. You can't, or it's a lot of poor behavior on one person's part or on the parts of both of you, where it's just extremely toxic. And although one of you will maybe try to move toward this in a very sound and resolute and consistent, slow and steady wins the race, right? But the problem is going to be how the hell is this going to get gone? Who the hell is going to get rid of this? It's that type of thing. Because this is certainly no match for this. So if this isn't taken care of, then well, what are we doing? That's what I have for Virgos. Now let's look at Libra. Okay, Libra. Well, you miss this person. You miss them. You may miss a certain way that the two of you are or were. So you want to talk, you want to conversate, and you want them to make a move, or you want to make a move. Some of you may just need some attention from your person, right? You need some attention from them. Some of you may have someone who is, I've seen a bunch of stuff with child and healing and going through, like they're going through something, and they may not have enough time to give you, to spend on you. And that may be the challenge, right? That your needs are not being met, or they're not giving you enough attention, or you don't have enough time to give, that sort of thing. But you do still want your person. You do still care for them. For some of you, it could be someone's poor behavior, and that could be the challenge. That, it's only a matter of time before they're back with their poor behavior, if that makes sense. And you may feel like there's nothing. I try everything. I pray. I do everything to try to get this back on track. And that may be the problem. But you may feel like all you have to do is apologize. All you have to do is love on me and make this right, if that makes sense. Yours is pretty simple. Your person, they want to heal it and have an equal give and take. So they definitely may be coming to you like they want to heal this. They want an equal give and take. They're willing to give if you're willing to receive and give as well. They may feel like they're going to do whatever it takes to get back into your good graces. They also may want you to understand, like if they're busy, they have other things going on, and they need for you to compromise and understand that. The challenge may be for them to love you or give you the love, just as I was saying, that's a challenge, to love you, give you the love, that sort of thing. This is someone who's very headstrong. They're understanding, but they're also very headstrong. And when it's something that they need you to understand, then they're pretty dogmatic about that. Just as understanding as they can be, they want the same from you. They want you to be understanding and you to be patient and that sort of thing. So it could be a challenge for them to try to circle back around and work things out, talk to you, apologize, try to love you up, give you attention, that sort of thing. But, they don't really want this to end, because I do feel like they're obsessed with you. This could be someone who has very unhealthy attachment to you, could be controlling, could be many things that's just not very healthy. And I have to tell you, whether it be that they are positioning themselves so that they're the ones that eventually will leave. If anybody's going to leave, it's like, God damn it, I'll be leaving you before you leave me. It's that type of thing, that control aspect of it. For some of you, this could be that person where it's coming from more of a narcissistic place than anything, a malignant narcissist. For others of you, this could be that they're so fearful that you're going to leave. And again, we'll do whatever it takes to try to repair and recoup. this behavior or this situation. And Scorpio season for the two of you, Scorpio season, so November as well as March, February, March will be very telling times for the two of you, because it may become very obvious that someone has left the building emotionally. They don't want this anymore. Even if the two of you are still together, something emotionally where someone may start to want to exit stage left is what it looks like to me. Yeah. If someone is kind of really starting to appeal more to being independent, being on their own. Yeah, it may be a bit tough. It may, require a lot of concentration and hard work on their part. But I feel like with every effort that they make toward their own becoming more comfortable with being on their own, it becomes easier, if that makes sense. And they could very well feel that way and still be in the relationship. I keep getting that. I forgot who I said that to another sign. I said it to another sign that, you'll be there, but they won't. They'll just be there, but you've lost them. I think I said to Leo. I'm not sure what sign I said it to, but that's what I have for Libras. Now let's look at Scorpio. Okay, well, Scorpio, you want to fix your connection. You want to fix the connection. Some of you could have been sensing that things have really shifted and changed since, I guess, September time. Things have really shifted and changed between the two of you. And you may be trying to make something happen at a distance. Like you're far from your person. It's not easy to get to them, but you would like to kind of work some things out or want them to try to work things out toward you. You've been kind of wanting to get things back on track. Again, like I said, it's for a couple of months now. And you may feel like the hardest thing is to move on. So either since they left you or you left them, or let the situation go, because something here is very dormant. There's been a wanting to reverse it and come back and mend things, because it's just been really hard to walk away and to let it go. You may have lost money, energy, effort, time. It's been a lot of loss going on here in order to keep this thing going. But I do feel that a part of you kind of feels complete with this person, or whole, and to some extent. You're going to get really focused. Like if you can't mend this, or, if they're giving you the same, you'll just kind of tune it all out and focus more on work and your finances and doing what you do, and not so much the person. You will give, and you will give probably almost, you will wait to be given, if that makes sense. So if they're available, some of you will accept their time when they want to give it, that sort of thing, until that changes. Something like that. Probably by the end of this year, there could be some changing going on your end. But you will focus on work to kind of distract you from this situation as well, is what it looks like to me. But wanting things to kind of mend, just because I feel like you have separation anxiety. Some of you may be struggling with codependency to a small extent. And honestly, you're just not really ready to let it go, even though it may be third parties, outside people could be the cause of some of this. This person is saying that they were unsatisfied. They wasn't happy with the way things were going. And they feel that loss. Believe that. They do feel that loss is unfortunate. They miss you. They wish things were different, yada, yada, all that stuff. They do feel heartbroken. And I keep getting affirmations of third party, outside person, something like that. But they're going to learn the lesson from this, whether it be the two of you don't come back together, and this person will go on to be a better person, and they will be in another relationship down the line rather quickly. As they can have a baby, be pregnant, like things can turn around for them rather quickly. And it's like they got it. And this was a life lesson for them, and they kind of got the lesson and they moved on. Now, others of you, this could be them wanting to they've learned the lesson and now they want things to be better. So if you are still working on your relationship, don't be surprised if you get pregnant out of nowhere, especially if you're a woman, or a woman gets pregnant, someone gets pregnant, and there's an opportunity to kind of come back together and be together. For a small percentage of you, this could be if you continue to kind of be numb and take a closed eye to any third party energy, it's only going to get worse, because someone's going to wind up getting pregnant, or you may see something, especially if you get pregnant, and you may see something and you can't deny it anymore. So it's kind of like see things for what they are is what it looks like to me. And be careful with holding on to things that are worthless to hold on to, because it's that's a very taking a huge risk that may certainly not be your reward down the line with Saturn and Pisces and South Node and Libra. Very karmic time with people and disconnecting from toxic situations. That's what I have for Scorpios. Now let's look at Sagittarius. Sagittarius, well, you feel like your person is irreplaceable. The way they love you cannot be matched. Interesting. It can't be matched. You really feel like, some of you may feel like you either are the mother of their children or child, their wife. There could be an issue here with mother, is what it looks like to me. You may need to kind of want to probe and question and ask about some things. There's some things that you kind of want to get clarity about and understand more. I said that about another sign. I forget who at this point. You're not pleased with this person, though. You're not happy with them. Some of you may acknowledge that there's some drinking, drugging. There may be some excessive behaviors that's not very healthy, but you're not happy with them. Okay. And you may feel like it's very superficial to some extent, you know, and some of you, I said this about another sign, that you may need something that's more sustainable, more concrete. There's a part of you that either may, and you have to be careful with going with the flow with this. And if you're in a relationship, Sagittarius women, I'm hearing Sagittarius single ladies, as if you guys are single in your relationship. Some of you may be behaving like you're single in this situation. Some of you, this situation could have gotten really out of control and really messy because of a pregnancy, somebody's mother, something like that. So if that's the case, and it does look like the two of you are on the outs big time, you may be moving as if you're single and you don't care. But that's going to be very challenging if you behave reckless. This is not the time to necessarily be reckless, because I do feel like if you're reckless sexually, that sort of thing is going to come back to bite you. You could be dealing with somebody's significant other, something like that, that could cause you problems down the line. Others of you, I do feel, if you truly care about this person, but you're on a break or in between, your behavior could come back to bite you. So be careful with that, whether you're a man or woman, that type of thing. Here. Interesting. This is interesting. So for some of you, this could be a very budding relationship where it's new, it's fresh, or like I said, it's been you guys have taken a break from one another, and you may be, you know, making up for lost time with somebody that you know. Your person has secrets. There's things that they haven't told you. They haven't told you everything. And they do either want to speak their truth. They may be telling the truth. They may be just saying, to hell with this. I'm not even going to try to clarify and explain a goddamn thing. They're getting in a better headspace over the situation. But again, this person moves in silence and they really don't say a lot. They don't really tell you a lot. Even if you think they talk too much, they're not really sharing a whole lot. They're keeping a lot of things close to their vest. And their challenge is being honest, seeing things clearly, seeing things for what they are, and then being able to fully articulate that. Their challenge is being able to see things for what they are, and not feel like, well, the grass is greener over here. Well, maybe there's something better over there. Well, maybe, you know. And if you're the problem, it's for them to see the problems for what they truly are here. They miss you. They may miss kids. If there's a child involved, they may miss kids or a child and want to see the kids and want to see a child. But for some of you, this is not the whole point. Like, they don't want to, they're using the kids or the child to want to see you. Or they may just be doing that to get under your skin. It's something that I do feel is a bit sinister with this person. So be careful about coming back around and trying to work things out. It's kind of your cards are very conflicting, because it's saying that this person is like, yeah, they want to see you, they miss you, and then it's like, the hell with you. So one minute it's like they're turned on, then they're turned off. One minute that they're really caring about you and they're reminiscing and they miss you. Next minute it's like, I don't give a damn. But then there's still things that they haven't said and haven't really shared So this person is kind of all over the place. But I do feel even in that, there's going to be a sense of the two of you kind of repairing and getting better for one another. So I don't know. I don't know. Through building, through working through this, there's going to be an opportunity to work on this and get better, especially if somebody's like at a distance where you can't really physically see each other. There could be someone, one of you or both of you, working together to get next to the other person. Like, no, we're gonna actually wind up being together. And of course, these two cards are marriage cards, and we're gonna get married. So if you're already married, it may get better, and then it gets very problematic down the line. So I don't know. This is kind of like a roller coaster ride, this whole thing over here between you and your partner, Sagittarius. I don't know. Just be careful with it. That's what I have for Sagittarius. Now let's look at Capricorn. Okay, Aquarius. Real simple and plain. I'm doing Aquarius, so let me change this around so that I can do Capricorn in the back end. So Aquarius, you're reminiscing about this person. You miss the two of you. I could have sworn somebody was missing you in the general reading. So you're missing your person, or you miss the way things used to be. There's a change that's coming up here where you may find yourself kind of like leaning into the more happier times. You may you may be a bit delusional because you're only focusing on the more happier, perfect and pleasant times. But the challenge is seeing things for what they are. The challenge is being honest with yourself emotionally and kind of taking yourself out of even a depressive state. So you may kind of internally and quietly be going through some things that you may feel like it's best for you to kind of keep to yourself. What else I want to say? You're wanting to get to a place of peace, but at the same time, you don't want to be bothered. So it's like a part of you doesn't really ready. You're not really ready to let it go fully, but you're also not ready to open up and give and put too much work into this. You may focus on everything else, but putting too much energy, effort, and time into this. For some of you, something internally may be telling you not to move in with this person, not to move out. Like it's something that you could be making the next step to do, and internally something could be telling you don't do it. So you may be at a crossroads there when it comes to your person. All in all, you are very much walled up and kind of guarded. You're guarding yourself right now. You may have been doing that, or some of you may continue to do that. Your person is confused. They feel unclear about where y'all stand, and so the hell do you. So I guess y'all are both at the same place. They may feel like it's best to let this go, let you go, you let them go. They've lost things over this situation because of you, and they may again expect and want out of you more of a committed, stable, somebody worthy of their love and their commitment, and vice versa, something like that. And so they're not happy with this. Somebody could have too much indulging, like drinking indulgence that is challenging or toxic. Otherwise, they're just not really pleased of this situation, but they're still waiting to make a move towards you, waiting for you to make a move toward them. And I do feel like a move is going to be made, but it may be half-hearted, and it may not be very lasting. Someone may start to get in a place where it's like, well, you can have me, whatever, you can have whatever's left of me is what I want to say. Like, you can have whatever's left of me. And the other person really wants something stable and solid because they want something either real and worthy of their time and their efforts, or they may feel like it's best to let this go and keep it gone, if that makes sense. So that's what I have for Aquarius. Now let's go back to Capricorn. Capricorn, finally. You wish you could right your wrongs with this person. And some of you just want to tell them that either that you need some space, you need some time. You've been thinking things through. You've come to a better conclusion about things. You've become wiser, better, stronger because of the time you've taken to kind of evaluate a situation. Some of you Capricorns you may feel like you've had to kind of love with a hard hand, but you love them nonetheless, if that makes sense, especially if you're a Capricorn woman. And you may be trying to make a commitment with being a little bit more softer, more loving in your relationship. There's a sense of kind of, especially if you're a Capricorn woman, acknowledging your flaws and what you need to do to be better. But you also may be someone where someone else needs to understand your plight and how, what you've experienced to help make you this way. Something like that. Like a person needs to understand your plight too. Nevertheless, in this relationship, you do want to work it out, but then you may be struggled with the tasks of how do I do this? I said this to another sign and I forget who. Someone has come to a place where they have to sacrifice the ones that they love for the betterment of their career and what's best for them to some extent. And so for some of you, it could be some of that, right? You may be still trying to figure out how to love in a healthy way that is not so far of a stretch from you, if that makes sense. It's kind of a deep reading here because you do still care and love your person, but then there's obligations and responsibilities that you have that you really want to hold on to, traditions that you hold on to, something about you're still holding on to things that may be problematic, that you acknowledge is a problem, but it may be hard, easier said than done just to rid yourself of them. That's what I wanted to say. Damn. They're struggling with to get over the past. So you may have somebody here who's also having problems, but they want to work through that. They want to work through those problems. They still want to build this and work. There's a sense of them feeling like things are not really in their control. They're just still waiting around, and they're doing a lot of waiting. So either waiting for this to get better, whether everything is in a relationship, you're still together, you haven't left each other. They're waiting. They're still waiting for this to get better, waiting for whatever the ... it is. And I do feel like you have someone here who is getting in a better place with this and feeling a little bit more enticed to work this out and work through this. For some of you, it could be for kids and for family. It could just be wanting to be better because now, we're a family. Now it's more than us. And you may have someone here who could start a work. I keep getting the one thing that may come back to bite is somebody's career. Something comes up for one of you, an opportunity, and it's like they're off to the races. And it's like the other person has to kind of be fit. They may have to feel like they're being fit into the other person's life or something like that. Like their life may start to get, may take off, and it's like that sacrifice thing may happen here. Overall, I do see that if the two of you kind of work to create something together, like money, something like that, this relationship will have a better sticking point to stay together. One of you kind of hanging back and letting the other person just be whoever they are wanting to be, that also could be a more sticking point. There definitely could be, through repair and working this out, a baby comes, a new opportunity comes to kind of get better. And one of you really wants the other person to kind of let their hair down, be a little bit more careless and carefree, and get back to basics, especially if there's a family or children involved and it has changed the dynamics. They may really just want their friend back, their partner back, someone that they used to have fun and just really enjoyed back, the love, the sex, all those things that only two people can give each other is what one of you are kind of missing. That's what I have for Capricorn. Now let's get Pisces. Okay, first I want to say whoever is a woman in this situation is protected. I do want to say that part. Not to say that the man really doesn't need necessary protection, but this woman is protected. And whoever this woman is, prayer and cleansing oneself is very necessary here if you're going through any trials, is what it looks like to me. Pisces, you want to tell the truth. The truth may cost you. The truth can come with a lot of mind games, daggers, people coming at you, aggression, anger, fallout. Any of that could be possible. You may feel like your person is a liar. Some of you may be acknowledging that you were a liar, you were cunning, and now it has cost you. It just depends on who you are. There's a lot of aggravation here, and that's a challenge. Aggravation, outside people, conflict, petty stuff that just doesn't make a healthy union. And I feel like as much as you wait, as much you know that you're waiting in vain, because some things can't be ignored, some things can't be pushed under the rug, accepted, and tolerated. And so some of you are becoming more and more clear about letting this go and accepting it for what it is, rather than hanging and holding on, even though you kind of still do that. That's what it looks like to me. But I'm pretty sure with this behavior, more and more either getting it out with your own sense of passion and anger, and feeling the trueness of the situation, would also aid in you disconnecting from holding on. Okay. But at the same time, part of you still kind of wants to work something out. You have someone here who haven't given up on the two of you yet, and who may be feeling like, to some extent, it's going to be up to you. Secretly, they may even be meeting people. So they say one thing and it's something completely different. But you already know that if you really see this person as a liar and someone not to be trusted, because it seems like there's a lot of distrust here, third party, a lot of lying, a lot of deceit. And so this person haven't given up on you, but I do also sense at the same time, this is someone who could be kind of saving face with somebody else, or, that sort of thing. They may acknowledge that they love you, that you are their partner, you're their one, that sort of thing. Like, they don't deny that you're that one, you're that person, or they're wanting to be that for you. They're willing to be that for you. If you're a Pisces woman, if you're a Pisces man, this woman is putting her foot down. As much as she loves you and she's completely devoted to you, that's going to change by next year. So I hope you're ready for it. That's definitely the case, especially if there's outside people. That shit is getting ready to change, whether you know it or not. And hopefully nobody's going to do any weird stuff to keep a person, so that could be some of that going on as well. If you're a Pisces woman, though, this man may be feeling that wrath coming from you, that he may have kind of taken you for granted one too many times, and however many times, and he's going to feel your wrath. Something about someone saying, okay, enough already, that sort of thing. And could be meeting people on the side. I do feel like a part of this person kind of wants their singlehood, or probably behaves as they're single, but at the same time, they're repairing things with you, and they may have very questionable behavior secretively, and they're very controlling and obsessive over you. So it's kind of to feed their own ego, if that makes sense, or to get what they want out of the situation, more than it is to truly repair it. But that's okay, because someone is like I said, protected and is righteous in the situation. Another person, I guess, well, time will tell. That's what I have. That's what I have for you guys. I hope that this was helpful. Check me back on the next one.